Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically, today we are going to discuss about another topic in advanced Python, and that is duck typing. Duck typing, right? This is the name of the topic that we are gonna discuss today. So we are just gonna see that actually what is this duck typing in advanced Python programming, even Python programming as well, and what we can just say about this. What does it actually mean? How can we just write the program and all that things we are gonna see today, right? So today's topic is duck typing. Now, first of all, actually, there's a phrase which is basically said like a lot of times, and it is a phrase. Let me just let you know that phrase. So the phrase is that if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? This is actually a phrase which actually acts upon here. So first of all, I would just write that phrase here, and let you know some other details about the duck typing as well, right? So I would just add on this side that okay. Let me even put these code so that I can just write n number of things inside this thing, right? Yes, so here it goes that I would just write there. Okay, one second, give me 1 second. So yes, so there is a phrase that that if it looks like a duck, if it looks like a duck and basically and quacks like a duck. Okay, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. Actually, why I am just telling you this phrase here, because this phrase actually applies on the topic that we are going to see today, which is duck typing, right? So this phrase actually applies onto this topic. That is the reason that I'm telling you this phrase, right? So if there is a phrase that if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Now what we actually say from duck typing, what we just actually can say, what is the main definition for this thing? So it is basically, it is okay, just let me write that thing. Yes, so it is a concept, it is a concept of an object. Sorry, it is a concept which is basically related to dynamic typing. Okay, dynamic. Okay, so it is a concept which is basically related to dynamic typing. First thing, which is this thing about the duck typing, is that it is a concept which is related to dynamic typing. Now, second thing that comes here is that now I would just put one comma, and here I would be adding that where the type of class, okay, where the type of class of an object of an object with the type of class of an object is less important than the methods of than the methods it defines that the method it defines, right? And basically, okay, just 1 second, let me come on to the next line. And another thing about this duck typing, just let me write that even that after I'm just gonna explain you each and everything, right? So when you use duck typing, you do not check you do not check types. Okay, you do not check types at all, right? This is about whole about the duck typing. Now let me quickly explain you the things which I have just written here. So it is a basically concept which is related to dynamic typing. So whenever we just talk about duck typing, so it is a concept which is actually related to the dynamic typing. Okay, after that it comes that where the type of class of an object is less important. Okay, if we are just like we make a class, right, and we just define an object for this class. So it is a concept which is related to dynamic typing where the type of class of an object is less important than the methods it defines, right? Basically, here the object of a class is less important, but what is important? Methods are actually the functions that we define, right? Method it defines. So when you use duck typing, you do not check types at all. So basically, whenever we are just going to define and just when we are going to use a duck typing, so basically we do not define and check about the types at all. Okay, this is a very easy definition about the duck typing, a very easy concept about the duck typing. Now it will be more clear to you if I just write a program and then show you this thing, right? So let me come down here and go above. Right, let's start writing the things here. And now basically what I would just do is that I will make a class. Okay, now what will that class be actually having into it? So this class will actually, let's say the class name is A. Okay, I would just come on to the next line. Now here basically I would define a function that is underscore underscore len underscore underscore and then the brackets. So self will automatically be passed because here I have used a function inside the class. This is actually which we even call as a method also, right? In the definition I mentioned about the method as well, right? That the object for the class is basically no matters, but method it defines is less important, right? So I have just told you about the method. So this is actually which we call as method. So defining a function inside the class is called a method, right? Let me come on to the next line. And simply let's say I want to return 11 here. Let's say this is like number which I just want to return. Fine. Now what I would just do, I would make my main function. It's a main, if name is equal to main, right? Now I would just make another variable. Let's say this is my object, okay, for my class. So here my class is A and the object, and you can just say variable, whatever you just put, that is B, small b, right? So just call it as object, it will be the correct name for calling out this thing, right? Now, after that, what I just want to do is that I want to print out, let's say I want to print out the length of B. Now in B, basically B is the object for my class that is A. So basically it will be printing me the object, it will basically print me the class, right? This is the thing that is coming here. So if I just run out my program here, so after running out my program, see what answer did I am getting here. I'm just getting the answer that is 11, right? That was the length for this class in which I have defined this function, right? So this is basically example which we can just say for okay, that this example is belonging to the duck typing, right? Now move on to one more example which I have, and that will be a more clearer example so as to show you. So just let me come down this side. Okay, just one second, right here. Okay, now here I'll be defining a class, let's say. Okay, so let's say my class name is class and the name for my class is A, let's say. Okay, this is a simple name, we just can write it here. So class is A actually. Now what I would just do is that I'll be defining one function inside my class that is making my method, right? So def and then one, and in the bracket it is actually self, right? Inside this, let's say I want to add out a print statement, and that print statement is actually, let's say the print statement which I want to add out here is first class. Okay, let's say first class, first and then class. Let's say this is the statement which I want to add. Okay, simple statement. I would come out, I would define my another class, that is class A. This is my class B. Okay, into this I would be defining again the function, again the method, but I would be giving the name it as one itself, the same name. Okay, I would just not change out the names too much here. I would just give out the same name. And here simply I would print my statement that is second, and it would be class like the second class, right? So that has been actually printed here. Okay, just one second, right? Now just again come down to this place, and if I just write here class, see this is my third class actually, okay? And in this class I'll be defining let's say I would be defining a new method here. One was the method which I have already used, right? When I have already defined. Now I'm defining two, let's say. And in the bracket, this will automatically be passed because I'm defining it inside a class, right? So, and in this, I just want to print out the statement. And let's say that the statement is, let's say, third class, third. And here goes the class, right? So till now, what I had just, let me quickly give you an overview what I had just done till now. So I had made a class that is A, and into this class I had just passed a function, and that function is actually 1, okay? And I had just even printed the statement that is first class. Other than that, I have defined another function that is, another class that is B, and inside that I had made a function that is 1, right? And that function is actually basically having a print statement which is second class. Then I have defined my third class that is C. And I have defined my second method, that is my second function, which is 2, right? And inside this 2 method which I have defined, I have written a print statement that is third class, right? Now, if I just want to access all of these classes together, we can just basically use one method, and that is, I can apply my for loop here, okay? So for obj, okay, just one second, right? So for obj in, I will just even write the name for my class, that is A, comma, B, comma C, right? So for obj in ABC, come on to the next line, and simply here I would just write obj dot 1, right? And I would simply now and the brackets. And now I would simply run out my program. So just have a look here that basically what answer will I be getting. Fine. First, see that I just got here first class and the second class. So in my first class and second class, what I was having, in my class A, I was having the function that is 1, and that was storing first class, right? Then in my class B, I was even having that one function, right? And it was storing my second class. Then come on to the third class which I had made. Let me show you that thing. Now, in the third class, basically, I do not have a function with the name 1. The name for my function is 2, right? But then also I am trying to access this through the one function. So that is why now it has basically printed me the answer for the first class and second class. And other than that, it is basically giving me the error that is basically attribute error. See, object has no attribute 1. So what I just wanted to convey from here is that we can see a class, right? We can just see a class that supports a method, and we can just modify it afterwards also. And basically what are the functionality we give to these methods, we can just modify them afterwards as well, right? So this is basically how a duck typing actually works. Let me again just read out the definitions for you which we have written. So it is a concept which is related to dynamic typing. So where the type of class of an object is less important. Okay, just understand the words very carefully, that where the type of class of an object is less important than the method it defines. Okay, than the method it defines actually. Okay, so when you use duck typing, you do not check the types at all, right? So this is the whole idea that you can use for this duck typing concept which we have here in this Python programming, right? So I hope that I made this thing very clear to you, that what we mean from duck programming and duck typing, and what type of programs you can just write, what type of program you can apply here, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.